The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
It's time for a crunch or two. It's time for a little something something. It's time for the Snack Authority. The Snack Authority. The authority on snacks. Snacks of all kinds. From the most common and wildly famous to the most obscure and unknown. The Snack Authority. Snacking all the time so you don't have to.
Welcome to the Snack Authority, broadcasting live from the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. The Snack Authority is a weekly podcast where we dig into the taste, history, and flavor of local snacks, national favorites, and even some bizarre international treats, alone or in head-to-head battles. I'm Jess. Here with me is my panel of experts. We have Dave, Mikey, and Ed Sullivan, our producer.
Hello.
And voice of general reason when it comes to
Everything.
Well, I wasn't going to say everything, but everything.
Yeah.
Today we are going to be doing Halloween candy. So we're not going to worry about price because you're getting it for free if you dress up.
There we go.
We're not going to worry about the calories because let's face it, after the first 15 you stop counting.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't
they,
matter.
They don't count on Halloween.
No, they don't.
It's like Christmas.
Plus, with all the variable
like
sales,
birthday
it's
cake.
kind of impossible to
I
track
am
down.
surprised to see, though, looking at the back of the bags, that what I would think would be high calorie and what I think would be low calorie are the opposites. And this is how a lot of fat guys, some salads in restaurants are more calories than a main course. You choose the fish option, you think it's a better option, or chicken, and it becomes high calorie. I think we have that happening here, too. But, again, it's Halloween time, and I don't care. You think we have – I never care anyway. Who am I kidding? Do you think we have the top sellers here? Is this what we have?
Well,
These are up there. We'll get to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of lists out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think all of us found different lists, right? So these are supposedly the top sellers. It's based on one internet retailer and what their sales are. So, you know.
Just one person.
Yeah, it's
And maybe the candy companies aren't going to divulge their information of how many they're moving.
they may not want to, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these ones represent the top 5 from the list.
Sorry,
And these are the fun size ones, which, I think the bigger ones are more fun. It's just me. I have a lot more fun with the large size.
So you
Sorry.
think they're misnamed.
Yes, I do.
Sorry, when you trick or treat and a guy gives you a full-size candy bar, he's the hero of the
Yeah, oh
neighborhood.
my
Well,
God.
yeah.
Every word gets out too, and
That
they
dude
all
does
hit
not
that
get TP'd,
house.
egged, or peanut butter bombed.
Oh.
Yeah.
But let's take a poll. What do you think? There's the 5 there, Dave. What's the most popular one there?
I would say Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is my choice as going to be the most popular, biggest seller.
Well, yeah, this is biggest seller, which is different from what people say is their favorite.
All right,
candy.
so biggest seller, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
I would say Reese's. They have the best advertising. I love their commercials. Why wouldn't they be?
All right, we just going by what we feel or what we think?
what you believe is the best selling. out of-
Unfortunately, in today's liberal and
What's that have to do with?
penny-wasted things,
Yeah.
Reese's is my favorite, but it's got peanuts in it.
Look at you. Okay, so what's the winner?
It's got to be, I would either say Skittles or Starburst. Based on taste,
Wow.
I'm going to have to say Starburst because I like Starburst
Really?
more than Skittles.
Wow,
That's
I
a
wouldn't even
very
put
smart
that.
choice.
It seems like the odd one there, but you make a good
Mikey's
argument.
on the right track. Skittles comes in at number 1.
No
I'm surprised.
kidding.
They're so
man.
much sweeter than a Starburst. I figure a parent
Yeah.
would go with the Starburst.
And we got M&Ms up here. You think would be a big one?
I think,
love
people
M&Ms.
just sort of start to figure, like the peanut thing. You can't
Yeah.
do the Snickers
So my
or the
daughter's school, there's
Reese's.
a big
Right.
sign on the back wall in the cafeteria. It says peanut-free table.
Then some kids can't eat chocolate, so people probably figured the safest thing to give out is one of these fruity ones.
Have some
I'd be
fake fruit
sad
with
if
pure
I
sugar.
got Skittles and I wanted a Reese's.
I know.
No,
That'd be
Reese's is my
sad.
favorite.
But the
Bar none.
number 2 is M&M's, which may be more appealing to the kids that are getting the candy than, say, a Snickers or.
Well,
They
that's
are.
the one I'm mentioning, the high calorie count on an M&M's.
Yep. Number 3 would
Serving
be
size is 2 packs.
Snickers.
Wow.
Yeah.
With number 4 being Reese's,
Snickers is half the
4
calories.
is Reese's.
and number 5 Starburst.
Reese's was always my favorite thing to get on
Now-
Halloween.
All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here.
And now it gets a little bit stranger because different areas of the country
Yes.
do
So
different things. So candy corn comes in at number 6.
Boo.
Number 7 is a shocker, but I think this must be the Southwest weighing in. It's hot tamales.
Oh, yummy.
Interesting.
I would be happy if I got that because it's an oddity, but apparently not in other parts of the
The only
country.
thing with candy corn, the only way you're going to give that to a kid is in a baggie. And no parent in their right mind is going to let their kid eat something that comes in a baggie.
Yeah, why doesn't candy corn come in its own little box?
Well, they do make individual packets of candy corn.
Really?
I've never
Yeah.
seen
I've never
it.
seen it.
Because you've never
Oh,
looked
yeah.
for it. You hate candy corn.
I don't hate it when you want some wax or something. It's like candle wax and shame.
I think that's always part of me, but
That is a taste, you know.
Yeah.
Number 8 is the Hershey's Minis.
I do love those.
Number 9 is Tootsie Pops.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of sad when you get
easily
that.
tampered stuff.
I
just
have
don't
a
trust.
different list than you, and I'll get to later on, which is the unsweet 16, the worst things you get.
Oh.
And
I got a
Ross-
question right now for everybody. What did your parents give out on Halloween?
I think they gave out the regular.
Reese's,
Yeah.
Snickers.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
they gave out fun sizes.
Yeah, back
My
in,
mom gave out pennies.
I hated that. I
I always
hated that
want to
because
get the hell out of that house before she trick or treat
especially when I'm a little kid, that money means nothing. Candy is everything.
It
Well,
is
back
everything.
back when me and you were young, though, a penny actually got you a piece of candy.
Yeah, but you have to go do something to it, and I didn't go shopping, so I got these things. What do you do? And they don't taste good.
You tried to eat a penny.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, I've swallowed a
Num-
couple marbles in my
10
lifetime.
Number 10, rounding out the list, is Jolly Ranchers, another fruity one.
Yeah, a little hard candy the old lady wants to give you. Have a Jolly Rancher.
Right, and they have the stick ones as
Yeah.
well as
Yes,
the
that's
Remember
when
those?
we were kids. That's
Yeah.
all there
Oh,
was.
yeah, 5 cents, I think
Yep.
they
Yeah.
were.
Why don't I
Stick,
even remember
watermelon,
that?
grape, apple.
The apple and the watermelon, they
Probably
both.
most
I think they were watermelon sticks, and then later on became known as the brand.
Yeah, and then the green apple. And
Green apple.
Both of those flavors are weird in that they taste more like the thing than the real thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All of a
Yeah.
sudden, the watermelon is so intense.
Yeah.
I need some candy right now.
Let's dive
Yeah,
in.
start opening. I'll talk about the history of Halloween.
All right.
Yeah.
Halloween originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain.
I give up.
Wow, they don't want you to get into
I don't
these.
want you in them.
Someone or something.
People would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. November 1st was the new year, and the Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and dead became blurred. So there was always this kind of ghost element to it. Oh, I'm getting lots of candy. I
You-
love it.
Trick or treat, smell my feet.
It looks like we got some good to eat.
But
can't do
in the 8th century, which was quite some time later, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor All Saints. November 1st
Okay.
is All Saints Day.
Yes.
So the day before is like Fat Tuesday before.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Or is
And
it?
Before you go into.
Yeah.
In colonial times, the celebration of Halloween was very limited. You know, they were kind of iffy about the whole ghost and witch thing. And in the late 1800s, it became more a holiday about gatherings and community. But it wasn't until 1920, between 1920 and 1950, that the centuries-old practice of trick-or-treating started to come back. 20s through the 50s.
Okay.
So
When did candy companies start becoming popular?
before that,
Yeah.
some of them. And in theory, families could prevent tricks being played on them by providing the neighborhood children with small treats.
I'm just gonna leave it
So it's
here.
prevent vandalism.
Just want to make a comment here. My M&Ms, I got a problem with mine. Mine are all W's.
Oh, Dave.
Now,
Share 'em out between
Americans
us.
spend an estimated $6 billion on Halloween, making it the country's second largest commercial holiday after Christmas.
Wow.
So it's a big one.
Yeah.
You know, they buy lots of candies.
There's a big thing going on right now. They want to change Halloween, the date of Halloween, to the last Saturday in October.
You can't move it.
That's not even on the original date, anyways.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense for the kids, for the parties and all that stuff. When they're on Tuesdays, it's an odd thing.
Yeah, but it's magic. When you go out on Halloween night, it's a little scary. It's a little awesome. it's not the same.
Sometimes it's a little cold.
A lot of cold.
You remember when you had your silly Spider-Man costume and your mom would make you put a jacket over
Yeah.
it? It'd be like,
Man,
"You
it
can't do
doesn't
that."
work like that.
It was very sad. So I got a lot of great commercials this time around
Okay.
while we crunch, just because it's candy. They're going to spend money on advertising.
Yep.
So we'll start with the number one candy by the list, which is the Skittles.
Taste the rainbow, baby.
I bet you can probably identify who this is in the Skittles commercial.
Mr. Tyler, your Skittles portrait.
That is E to the Z ooh tweedly disgusting.
You haven't heard me sing Diddly Ding yet. Dream on,
Higher.
dream on.
I think a little higher.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skittles commercial.
Rock the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Steven Tyler.
Steven
Yeah,
Tyler.
that was him standing in front of a portrait of himself made out of Skittles. And when he hits
How
the-
recently?
Oh, this was within the last 10 years or so, I
Yeah,
think.
it's a couple of years back. I remember that one.
And then we've got M&M's, which, iconic, right?
I've had 3 people try to eat me today. 3! Ooh, lucky penny. Anyway, sometimes I wish I were human.
Look at me. I'm human. Do you want to eat me?
No.
Do you want to eat me?
No thanks.
No? Would you like to eat me? Nobody wants to eat me. I'm the luckiest.
They spent some money.
lucky penny.
And do you know who that
Yeah,
celebrity is?
that's Louis
You're so
from
short and bald.
It's pretty dark.
Danny
Yep.
DeVito, right?
Is Danny DeVito getting hit by a truck?
So Starburst and Skittles are almost the same product.
I think Skittles are a little
pretty chewy.
sweeter.
So
The
here's
best thing about Skittles is you can
And
chew them into a giant
and they're
ball.
a Skittle is shaped like an M&M, and it's copying the taste of a Starburst.
So here's the interesting fact on that. They are
Yeah.
both produced and marketed by the Wrigley Company, a subsidiary of Mars, Inc. So they're coming from the same place.
Yeah, same
I would
product.
I would like to share with you guys the meanest thing you can do to anybody at any time of year. Take a big bowl. In it, I want you to dump a bag of M&Ms, a bag of Reese's Pieces, and a bag of Starburst. Nobody wins.
Any
Literally
Skittles?
nobody wins. That's the one. Skittles. They all look the same. You reach in, you have a mouthful of fruity peanut butter chocolate. Blech.
Eh,
It's awesome.
I'd eat it.
Peanut butter and chocolate. That triggers, obviously, the Reese's commercial. Now, these celebrities are going to be harder to pick out.
Chocolate. Peanut butter. Ooh. Hey, you got chocolate on my peanut butter. You got peanut butter on my chocolate. Hey, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, I like this.
Two great tastes that taste great together. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Real milk chocolate. Good old-fashioned peanut butter.
Reese's peanut butter cup.
That has to be an old ad.
That's an old ad. And
yeah.
these people were only marginally celebrities.
And their voices, they were
were
the change of
muffled.
life. They were very
Yeah.
young.
This was, you remember Robbie Benson
Yeah.
and Donnie Most?
Mm.
Ralph Malph.
Ralph Malph.
from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that campaign, though.
Was
I
that
walked
before
around.
they were famous?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
It was an old commercial. And then we got this one, which I think was a Super Bowl commercial fairly recently.
Marcia, what happened?
Peter hit me in the nose with a football. I can't go to the dance like this.
I know
Sure,
it.
it was an accident, sweetheart.
An eye for an eye. That's what Dad always says.
I never said that, honey.
Shut up! Time to teach Peter a lesson.
Marcia, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little hostile when you're hungry. Better? Better.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
Jan, this isn't about you.
It never is.
I love Danny Trejo. I
Yeah.
really do.
So you know who the other one was.
That was
Buscemi.
was it Steve Buscemi
Yeah.
standing on the stairs?
Yeah, and Danny Trejo was just classic in that, you know.
I named my cat after Steve Buscemi. I mean, I
did?
know the man. Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
Oh no, it's everywhere.
All right, so as a kid, I wonder you're into sugar and you want the sugary things, but as an adult, I want the chocolate. I want the Snicker, I want the M&M, I want the Reese's. When I was a kid, I wonder, did I want the candy?
You wanted chocolate.
Here's like the Reese's.
Here's the interesting thing for old timers like me and you, Dave. These fruit ones just weren't a thing when we were kids.
Yeah.
So if you look at Skittles, they were first made. They weren't made initially until 1974.
Starburst was around. I remember Starburst coming in a tube, right?
So here's the thing. It was introduced by Mars in the UK in 1960, and they were named Opal Fruits in 1960. Opal Fruits were introduced in the U.S. in 1967 as M&M's Fruit Chewies.
Oh.
And within a couple of years, so late 60s, they became Starburst. So they are not as traditional as our chocolate offerings.
When did the Skittle come out?
The Skittle was 1974, I believe.
Okay, so it's the newest one of the bunch.
Actually, it was 1974 in the UK. It didn't make it to the U.S. market until 82.
Wow.
So, in the history of candy, that's quite recent.
I was probably off candy
Yeah,
in
right.
82.
So, Dave,
Okay.
your list of the worst, is that your opinion or?
Yes. My opinion. But my opinion is very important because
You're an expert.
we're the snack authority. Therefore, it is the authority.
Well, why don't you go through and then I'll tell you what.
I got wrong. So, the worst 16. You know, the sweet 16. This is the worst 16. Number 16. Getting as your trick or treat.
Yep.
Gum.
Oh yeah. Oh, like that blackjack. Or
Double bubble.
Anything.
I like
You don't want
blackjack
gum.
gum.
You want candy trick or treat, and it's not gum. Number 15. Red hot fireballs.
Oh, yeah.
Those little hard, one single red hot fireball. What a bummer. That's what you're going to give me, really?
It burns.
one fireball.
Number 14, pixie sticks.
Oh yeah.
I love pixie sticks.
Just a tube of sugar.
Of dust.
Yeah. You choke on it.
Yep.
Number 13 is satellite wafers. Do you remember what those are?
Oh, those are gross.
Yes, I
Like
do.
rattles.
Yeah, the little balls of
Yeah.
plastic inside, or they call it candy.
Inside styrofoam, basically.
Yeah, styrofoam. It was like the body of Christ, the wafer of
That's really
Host,
bad.
yeah.
That's really wrong.
Yeah.
That's not right.
But it looked like a flying saucer almost.
Okay.
Number 12, rock candy.
Yeah, those cut your mouth.
They give you a stick of
Well,
rock
that
candy or
is
just
just sugar.
right? Number 11, candy cigarettes.
I buy those still.
Oh
I buy them still, and I eat them. They are amazing.
They're gross.
They're
it
awesome.
reminds me of a septic stick when we cut ourselves shaving.
Yep.
That's awful.
Number 10, Dum Dum Pops.
Gross.
Oh, bad.
It's just a little droplet of hardly nothing.
And then they came out with that mystery flavor that was just all the crap mixed together or something.
It's too
These
unsure
are-
for me. I don't
These
get
are
it.
as you're going trick or treating, right? These end up in the bag. You see these things; they're pushed aside as you go for the Reese's peanut butter cup or whatever. Number 9 is a local near and dear to us here in New England, the Necco wafer. You'd be bummed out when you got that.
Disappointing.
Number 8, candy corn wrapped in tissue.
Yeah, like a Kleenex.
Right. The lady would get a Kleenex, put a few of those things in there, wrap them up, maybe put a dirty elastic around it, and it'd be a little.
The nice old
You're
ladies.
not really selling it.
The nice old
Yeah.
ladies tied it with yarn or
Yeah.
something. Sure.
But I remember getting it, and I'm like, up, and it would go into the pile of. I'm not eating this. Even before my mother or father would pick out the ones that you can't have. Number 7, circus peanuts. That would be the same way. That would be wrapped in a tissue or some sort of gross thing because they didn't come prepackaged.
Oh, yeah.
They came in a giant package, but how do you give somebody a sponge circus peanut?
Yeah.
Just like banana.
Number 6 is Hershey Kisses. And that would be because it was just too creepy when the guy gave it to me and looked at
God.
me. Yeah, it was a creepy thing.
And said, "How about a kiss?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So it's the creep factor. I know it's Halloween and you're supposed to be creepy, but I'd be creeped out with the Hershey Kisses.
that is. Oh God.
Look at your mom. Is he registered?
Number 8 is the candy button.
Oh, I hate those.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot
A strip
about
of
them.
paper with a goblet of sugar on it,
Yeah.
and you'd get more paper than
yeah.
you would get
Yep.
goblet of sugar, and you'd be eating paper basically.
With
Not
sugar,
like you didn't
though.
anyway as a kid.
Yeah.
But.
Terrible thing that's still out there a little bit. But
No, they got the mega buttons.
mints of any kind. They give you some mints.
After dinner mints in addition.
Mints are not candy; they're mints.
Well, you
So don't give
remember-
me a mint, especially a hard mint or whatever.
I think it was also made by New England Confectionery Company. Those Canada mints.
Yeah, terrible,
I
terrible.
like them.
Number 3, popcorn balls.
Nope, that's weird.
Right? I don't know what they do to stick it together, but they get popcorn, they stick it together, and then they made a fresh treat for you, and here you go. And you made that. Your hands are all over it. It's gross. I'm 5 years old. Give me a candy bar. Don't give me a popcorn ball.
Some of them would want to make caramel apples, which I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to, but I don't want to get that.
Strange
No.
character. Yeah.
Number 2 is coins. Not candy, not chocolate coins, not real, but real money. Which Mike, you were saying, yeah. The lady give me a nickel or give me some pennies or something like that. I'm like, I'm a kid. I want candy. Damn it. And then you get a slap in the face because you just said, damn it.
You said okay, yeah. I can see this now.
And my number 1 worst product that you would give me as a kid on Halloween is apples. Don't give me
waiting to see if that was
fruit.
gonna come up.
An apple, especially if there's a razor blade in it.
Yep.
Makes it even worse. But do
Oh
not
my
give
God.
me fruit
Yep.
when we want candy. We're kids. The rest of the year you can say, oh, eat a piece of fruit and do whatever. On Halloween, why would you, in your right mind, do that?
Because you're sick.
From the survey, there is some overlap with your choices because the number 1 worst, circus peanuts.
Pretty bad.
Number 2, candy corn.
Yep.
Number 3, wax Coke bottles. You remember those things?
Yep. Nibs.
Ooh.
Oh, all right, yeah. What, Coke bottles they call it, but nibs with the little
Yeah.
syrup inside?
Yep. Number 4, Necco wafers.
Yeah.
Number 5, peanut butter kisses. Those were kind of like the generic Mary Janes that came in
I remember. I
all
know what you're talking
orange or all black wrappers.
Okay. A lot of overlap here.
Number 6, Tootsie Rolls.
about. You leave them alone. I love
Number
a
7,
Tootsie Roll.
Smarties.
Yeah.
It's bad, right?
Garbage.
Number 8, licorice.
I like
I
licorice.
think probably they mean black licorice. I mean, a Twizzler's okay. You can use it as a straw. There's other uses for it. Number 9, Good and Plenty.
I love Good and Plenty.
And number 10, Mary Jane's.
I like Mary Jane's, but I wouldn't
Never
trust them
got
as
into
a
Well, you
as
know
a
what were
Halloween
bad,
treat.
though? Remember the squirrel nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, squirrel nuts, yeah.
Worse than a Mary Jane. I like a Mary
think
Jane.
so. I think so. But, all right, I better do a quick snack news of the week.
Okay.
and then we can talk about our favorite stuff.
Sure.
This one is Halloween snack news. And this is out early. They just put the press release out, but it won't be until 2019 that Skittles will introduce Zombie Pack Skittles. Zombie Packs will contain all the normal Skittle flavors with spooky names. Petrifying Citrus Punch, Mummified Melon, Boogeyman Blackberry, Chilling Black Cherry, and Blood Red.
They want to own Halloween.
They
They're
do.
number 1, and they don't want to give it up, which I give them praise for. They're already there at the top, and they're adding to it because they said, we want to own this thing.
However, there will be Skittles of another flavor scattered throughout. The flavor is Rotten Zombie.
Oh, that's
It'll
mean.
be mixed in.
No word on what that will taste like.
Awful.
I think that's a mistake.
Hope they
throwing
didn't
that
team
in.
up with Jelly Belly and get some of the flavors they've come up with. Ugh.
Now you can all hate on me, but I'm going with a little bit of Christmas news because people start Christmas this time. I mean the decorations.
Day after
Give the
Halloween.
turkey its day.
So looking forward to Christmas, the Oreo candy cane will be back. These candy canes are cookies and cream flavor.
I don't know them.
I don't think I know them
I think
either.
they were introduced last year. And they're, black and white striped. But, I mean, it's candy. It's not a cookie.
All right.
It's different.
I'm interested.
For a more unusual candy cane, you could check out the offerings on Amazon. Here, how are
I'm
these
scared.
for flavors? Rotisserie chicken candy cane.
Boo, boo.
Dill pickle candy cane.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Bacon flavored.
Oh, God.
This may be the worst of all. They have gravy flavored ones.
Ugh.
I'm sure it's the worst of all.
Are you supposed to eat that
Are these
one
all
with
made
the
by Jelly Belly?
turkey one?
No, there's a company
Roast
I
sorry.
think that purposely makes
I love
disgusting
Jelly
candy
Belly,
canes.
but the worst job at that place has to be the flavor tester,
Yeah.
especially when you decide to do a new run on Bernie Butts.
Well, I mean, it was big news when I think it was Lifesaver that came out with some candy canes that were not pepperminted originally.
They
'Cause,
still have them.
Yeah, back in the day, it was all peppermint stuff.
Or wintergreen.
Finally,
Green
in
ones.
another sign of Christmas, limited edition peppermint bark Oreos are hitting retailers' shelves.
We should try.
Rumor has it they will be available starting October 29th. And that's our news for today.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so good.
All right, I have my top 3 jackpot Halloween treats. In other words, when I'm a kid, I go to the house, and the guy pulls out the thing he's going to give you, and it's jackpot.
Oh. Lay it on me. 3. Full 3.
Number 3 is the ring ding.
Really?
Yeah. You get a ring ding. Remember they were, and I got to go to you, they were foil wrapped.
Oh, yeah.
Ring ding. Piece
remember
of
that.
cake, basically piece of cake, right?
It'd be easy to inject poison into, though.
Wow, that's negative.
Yeah,
Just
then
saying.
That wasn't as much of an issue when you guys were.
right.
Well, they still had the story of the razor blades. In the
Yeah.
That was a big one when we were
Yeah.
kids.
So you stay away from apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
It
was
got us off fruit for a
right.
lifetime.
No, but any cake, the Twinkie would work. The
Yeah.
Devil
Julie
Dog
wrapped.
would work. Devil, that would be good, right? Devil.
Yeah, but you have to give him a little shot of milk after.
Right. But any of that stuff, when somebody ended up pulling something like that, was jackpot. There was a lady in our neighborhood. This is what she did. She was the queen. I know her house. I can go back. I could drive there right now, and this was 50 years ago. Pez in a Pez dispenser.
Oh, that's well played.
That's great.
Pez in a Pez dispenser.
That ain't a cheap treat.
It was like, holy God, you go over there, and all the kids talking at the corner. You go over there, you got a Pez. Look at unbelievable.
That is awesome.
And the top one was a bag of potato chips.
Really?
And I remember the lady that used to do that every year at the top of the hill, that she had bags of potato chips, and everybody got a bag of potato chips.
It's not bad.
And I'm like, all right, jackpot. Those are the jackpot ones I remember.
That's awesome.
No, as a kid, the one thing that I remember was full-size candy bar was my favorite. The one I hated the most was we had a dental hygienist in our neighborhood.
Floss?
She'd give you floss,
Oh, no.
toothpaste, and a toothbrush. I was like, what the? She goes, well, you're going to be eating it. You might as well take care of it.
Why even go there?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
No, she thought she was clever. It's the kid's day to eat this crap.
It's
Get a stomach ache.
well, and you've seen all these dentists that try to collect up the Halloween candy to toss it away.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they offer trinkets or whatever and try to get the kids to give them. And then the dentist probably eats it all.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
You don't like that.
I don't like that. Anybody tries to mess with my candy, it's not going to end well.
Jess, what's your top 3 Halloween? If you're trick or treating, what do you want to see for your top 3?
If I'm trick or treating, I usually look for I don't know. It's not even like the size of the candy bar, it's which one it is.
Yeah.
I love me a Snickers.
Is that your number 1? Are we
It's
going in order? Or?
Not even in order. It's just,
All right.
it's kind of like a general happiness. I'm not super picky when it comes to chocolate. If I want chocolate, I'll eat it. It's Snickers, it's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and it's just a plain old Hershey bar. Just give me Hershey. I'm happy any format you want.
You want
I'll
nuts
take
in
it.
your Hershey bar? Or just
Absolutely
plain?
not.
No?
That's disgusting.
Really? That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. I don't like any funny business in it.
No funny business.
No funny business in my Hershey's. I want some chocolate. I don't want fruit stuff.
You
Good
want,
and plenty.
You
I
want
will
that?
make the
You want that
exception
white
for.
chocolate stuff?
No, that's weird. I don't like that. That's
not
just.
It's not chocolate either.
It's not chocolate.
Yeah.
That's not.
Cream and sugar.
But yeah, I mean, just straight up chocolate. Just give it to me.
Any oddball for you, Ed Sullivan?
I don't think they're odd, but, my number one is I love me a Butterfinger.
Me too.
Yeah.
And my number two is the Kit Kat.
Another great one.
I'm surprised we didn't break off a piece.
And my number three is the Snickers.
How about any oddball? I got an oddball one in my mind that, going back, of something I loved, if I would get it, would be the Mallow Cup.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love a Mallow Cup. Still to this day, every once in a while, I have a Mallow Cup. I like it. Just never caught on like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
No.
And what we have here is fluff. People that are listening to the show around the world don't even know what that is. But it's a marshmallow spread made locally. And you have peanut butter and marshmallow fluff, and you make the fluffer nutter sandwich. No one has ever done that with the, like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, joins forces with the Mallow Cup, and they make the fluffer nutter.
You guys should get
You shouldn't
on
have put
this.
it out there. We could have
No.
made that.
Yeah, we could have done it. Well,
way
I'll
too
let
lazy.
them
I'd
do
rather
it.
We could have been somebody.
Having some of these guys merge or with some hip way of saying it,
crossover,
they do some sort of mashup, or something
Halloween
like
monster mashup?
that. Yeah.
Oh.
I think we got
That's funny.
something.
It's a knee slap.
You got Mallow Cup in my Reese's Cup.
There we go.
I think this could be it. I think you guys should
Could
do
be.
this.
Now, a couple comments from the Peanut Gallery.
There we go.
Brett says that something that disappointed him were fruit roll-ups when he was a kid.
Yeah,
see that.
that was older than me. When those came out, I was an older person.
I don't dislike them. But
Yeah?
I like them, but I don't know if I'd like it for Halloween.
Then
be
he
exciting.
says that in his neighborhood they had a guy that Dave would have loved. He owned a Dunkin' Donuts, so he gave out donuts on Halloween.
Really? I would have.
He would have moved.
Oh, my God. I had nobody like that. The best I could do was the ring ding, which was awesome. But imagine
And
a
at
guy
least
passing
the
out
ring
doing-
ding was marginally wrapped up. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
But imagine a fresh tray of donuts. You walk up and, hey, what do you want? I'll have a jelly and...
All right, Mikey, give us your top three because we got to shut it down soon.
Let's see. Top three for me would probably be Reese's, followed by Snickers, followed by Starburst.
Starburst.
Starburst would be better if they were the minis because they're not wrapped, so there's nothing in between me and the food.
Mikey's not the only one with a fruit call because the Pez would be more fruit than anything in the little
think
sugar
so?
cubes. Yeah, it wasn't chocolate.
So you looking for the top three in front of us? Or
Top three
No,
in
just
general.
whatever you
Oh.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just picked top three in front of us. Sorry.
Well, was there something else you would like to get when you go trick-or-treating and steal it from your daughter?
Never.
I
I only
bet
eat
you
what
do.
she doesn't like, which is
Really?
a lot of it. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I like Starburst, I like Snickers, and I like the Reese's. But Starburst better come in a little twin pack, which I can check for needle marks.
Oh, my God. On that note,
It doesn't happen. It's a make-believe story.
don't
Yeah, I
say
know.
that. Don't tell anybody that because you want everybody to have a little touch of paranoia.
Yeah.
It's good. It's safer that way.
And I don't know who started it, the razor blade and the needle in the candy.
All right.
The anti-Apple people started
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Candy companies.
If you guys ever have an idea for a snack we should dig into, an idea of what to pair against each other, please let us know. Contact us at thesnackauthority@gmail.com. Please let your snack eating friends know about it. Share it, subscribe to it, give it a 5-star rating. This is the Snack Authority. For Ed, Mikey, Dave, and myself, Jess, have a wonderful and safe Halloween. Stuff your faces till you puke, guys. It's the one day a year you can.
We're going to do it all year.
Yeah, you can. You can.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.